Welcome, sports fans, to another jam-packed edition of Sports Night here on Yogi TV. I'm your host, Matt Leland. What a show we have for you tonight. Both the Yankees and Mets in action. I'll also vent on one of sports' most controversial issues in this week's edition of Maybe I'm Wrong, and we bid farewell to a broadcasting legend. But we start in San Francisco, where it's easy to forget that Barry Bonds is not the only player on the Giants. His teammate, young righty Matt Cain, is struggling through what may be the worst luck season in big league history. Despite having taken a no-hitter into the seventh 6 times this season, Cain's record stands at 3-12. If this keeps up, Cain may become the best pitcher since Cy Young to lose 20 games in a season. Cain's Giants had lost 8 in a row going into this afternoon's interleague game against the Yankees at beautiful AT&T. There's Barry Bonds making a rare day game start. We pick it up in the top of the third. Matt Morris on the hill for San Francisco serves up the RBI single to Jorge Posada. Bonds' dive comes up short. Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Couple batters later, Robinson Cano lines one and Ray Durham cannot glove it. His throw would be late. Alex Rodriguez scores to make it a 3-0 Yankees lead. Now in the 6th, 4-1 Yanks, and they're looking for more with runners on the corners, but Bobby Abreu does not cash in as the ground ball ends the inning. This trend would continue throughout the game. In the Giants' 6th, Barry Bonds brings them closer as he singles to left with 2 out, scoring Randy Winn, and New York's lead is 2. Bonds at that point 2 for 3, but no long balls. In the New York 7th, Yanks have runners on first and second, but Jonathan Sanchez gets Hideki Matsui to fly harmlessly to right. Threat over. Joe Torre's got to wonder whether these empty at-bats will come back to haunt his club, and sure enough, bottom 7. Pedro Feliz, a solo shot to left, his 11th of the year, and the Giants are within 1. Later in the inning, Randy Winn shoots one up the middle off Bruni, bringing in Omar Vizquel. We're tied at 4. Still in the 7th, Bruni in a world of trouble with the bags full of orange, and his payoff pitch to Bonds is high, forcing him the go-ahead run. Giants lead 5-4. Top 9 Giants clinging to that lead. Tom Brenneman on the call for Fox Sports.
Has Rodriguez hit his 7th ninth inning homer? You betcha.
A-Rod goes into Bonds territory for his 28th jack to tie the game, and incredibly, we are headed to extras. Bottom 13 now. 2 runners on for rookie Nate Shearholtz facing Scott Proctor, and the Rook flips a dying quail into shallow center just in front of Melky Cabrera, and the Giants win a wild one by the Bay to snap the 8-game losing streak and take 2 of 3 from the shell-shocked Yankees. Sports Night is sad to report the death of one of sports' all-time versatile broadcasters, Bill Fleming. Fleming was most known for hosting ABC's Wild World of Sports, a program that showcased little-known sports to American audiences. He was also the voice of 11 Olympic Games. Fleming succumbed to prostate cancer early Wednesday at the age of 80. Back on the diamond, the Mets look to stay hot against Shea and the Oakland A's, and a familiar face, Mike Piazza, giving a tip of the cap to the crowd. But tonight's story is Orlando Hernandez. He was dealing all night. Here he gets Eric Chavez to crown Carlos Delgado to end the first. Not the last time Chavez would come up empty. Next inning, Bobby Crosby says, "No thanks, just looking," as El Duque paints the corner, scoreless after 2. Top 4, check out this play from Jose Valentin. Off the ground ball, ranging to his left, making the off-balance throw to get out of really the only jam El Duque was in all night, but we remain scoreless into the 6th. El Duque dealing to Eric Chavez, and he says, "I know you can hit 98, but can you hit 53? Chavez can only shake his head. He was 0 for 3 off Hernandez. Next batter, Mark Ellis, and this breaking ball gets there a little faster. Ellis still doesn't get the bat off the shoulder, and the zeros remain on the board. Bottom 6, Mets trying to get something going on men on first and second. 0-1 pitch to Paul LaDuca, perhaps a little inside. LaDuca continues his argument, and Hudson says, "Well, you can clean up that mouth with a nice shower, because you are done." LaDuca can't believe it. Willie Randolph comes out to defend his catcher, but to no avail. Back to the game. After the second out was made, Carlos Beltran swings 3-0 and knocks it into left field. Leday tries to score from first, but Travis Buck's got a hose, and he's not afraid to use it. Kendall applies the tag. Leday thrown out at home to end the inning. Bottom 9, both teams scrambling for that first run. David Wright at the plate, and he flips one to left that Travis Buck cannot come up with. It rolls past him. Ramon Castro in the game for the ejected LaDuca scores from second, and New York takes their second straight from the Athletics, 1-0 in a walk-off win. From the Mets to Montclair, where the Can-Am League Jersey Jackals look to improve on their lackluster start to the second half of the season. They took on the ever road-bound Can-Am Grays, although the Jackals tonight acted as the visiting team in their own ballpark. Strange happenings indeed, but our field reporter Katie Corrado will sort it all out for us live from Yogi Berra Stadium. Katie?
Thanks. Hi everybody, I'm Katie Corrado reporting live again from the Yogi Berra Stadium on the campus of Montclair State.
All right.
The game between the Jackals and the Can-Am Grays remains scoreless in the top of the fourth, with the Jackals having 5 hits and the Grays having 3. Great pitching matchup going on. Game remains scoreless. We'll keep you updated throughout the game. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Katie. The Grays ended up winning that ball game 5-4 in 12 innings. Now let's get you the scores from around Major League Baseball tonight. In Cleveland, Fausto Carmona outdueled Josh Beckett to earn his 13th win and defeat the Red Sox 1-0. Boston stays 7.5 up on the Yankees. The Tigers stayed 2 games up on Cleveland, winning a wild one on the road in Chicago. In the senior circuit, Dontrelle Willis helped out his own cause with a pair of RBI doubles and the Marlins down the Braves. And finally, against Washington, Brian Howard hit a 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. Switching to the NBA and the latest in the Tim Donaghy fallout. The former referee was referred to as a, quote, rogue criminal, end quote, by NBA Commissioner David Stern in an address to the media on Tuesday. Stern also stressed that, to his knowledge, Donaghy is the sole NBA official to have been corrupted. The FBI and NBA expect Tim Donaghy's surrender, arrest, and arraignment to occur in the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, the association tries to go about business as usual. Knicks and Raptors north of the border as there Quentin Richardson hits the 3. He would leave at halftime, though, with a sore back. Second quarter, Knicks up 3. Watches the Raptors' first double team Eddie Curry. Then, when that doesn't seem like enough, they decide to triple team him. Stephon Marbury says, how about this for a triple? And he would drain from beyond the arc. Knicks up 6 again. Now we head to the third. Starbury looking good in those $15 sneakers as he tickles the twine from way downtown and the shot clock expires. Knicks have their biggest lead at 10. But here come the Raptors, already up 2 when Jose Garbajosa, the Spaniard, hits the J off the dribble. Toronto up 4. Raptors now up 5. Garbajosa again, this time for 3, right over Channing Frye. Garbajosa shot 10 from 15 from the field. The Knicks fight back in the fourth as Steve Francis hits from the top of the arc to reduce the Raptors' lead to 85-80. Knicks think they've got a chance. However, Jorge Garbajosa was too much for New York tonight. Here he sinks another tray to finish off his 35 points on the evening, 92-84 Raptors. And finally, Chris Bosh puts the icing on the cake for the Knicks as he gets the generous roll on the long 2. Lead goes back up to 10 for Canada's team, and that's where it would end. Isaiah Thomas wishing he had Larry Brown around to fire. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but am I the only one who thinks that the public lashing of shock jock Don Imus over racially insulting remarks made on air didn't solve anything? When it comes to race relations in athletics, it will take more, much more, than the condemnation of someone who knows close to nothing about sports to bring about the end of stereotyping in sports. No, if you're looking for a whipping boy, Imus isn't your man. Place the blame on the shoulders of thugs like Pac-Man Jones, whose entourage left a man paralyzed for life. It is spoiled, glory-seeking individuals like Jones and gun-toting washout Tank Johnson that create a negative image of the black athlete. To eradicate this image, it is up to the sporting community, from the big leagues down to the smallest peewee team, to cast class acts such as Marvin Harrison, Torrey Hunter, and Tim Duncan as the prototypical African-American sports star. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. And I'm also out of time for tonight's edition of Sports Night. We hope to see you all again next week, same place, same time. We've got breaking news tonight. Skip Prosser, Wake Forest basketball coach Skip Prosser, found dead after jogging, suffered an apparent heart attack. We'll have much more on this later on tonight. Coming up next, a Yogi Berra TV tribute to Bill Fleming, and after that, more on the report on Skip Prosser. I'm Matt Leland. Have a great evening, everyone. Make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you everyone tomorrow.